Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share our videos with a couple of friends. We're trying to reach 500 subscriptions, and every subscription helps us out with that goal. Some news today regarding The Penguin in Season 2, and not so good news. This one is from the direct. Let's read into it, ladies and gents. The Penguin Season 2 gets a disappointing update from DC executives. Sadly, it doesn't seem like Oz may ever return to his own TV show on HBO. With big DCU news, also came big disappointment for the prospects of Colin Farrell's The Penguin getting a Season 2. DC Studios co-CEOs held a recent press event discussing the upcoming slate of DC projects, including 3 new animated series. However, not all of the news was positive, with several previously announced projects seemingly in a state of limbo. Following its incredible reception on HBO last year, many fans are expecting a Season 2 of The Penguin, but official plans remain elusive. In the Variety article jam-packed with delicious DC updates, Peter Safran was asked about The Penguin Season 2. Simply put, he doesn't know. As there are a lot of moving pieces, and that includes Oz Cobb himself, Colin Farrell. This is a quote from Safran. "We don't know. There are a lot of moving pieces, probably most important Colin himself." End quote. If there were to be a second season of The Penguin, it would also more than likely release after The Batman Part 2, which is slated to hit theaters on October 1st, 2027. Farrell, who just won a SAG award for his role as Oz in The Penguin Season 1, is open to a potential Season 2 via the Wrap. If they all felt compelled to continue to explore the character of Oz in that way. Also at the SAG Awards, co-star Kristen Milioti told Deadline how she would love to team up with Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman in The Batman Part 2 or The Penguin Season 2. And obviously, not to spoil much for you guys, but if you did watch The Penguin and you did watch The Batman, you do know that Kristen Milioti and Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman, which is Selena Kyle, do have the same father, so they are sisters. But let's continue. Based on the recent comments from cast members, it seems like they're on board for continuing the story. It's just about creating that narrative. The Penguin showrunner Lauren LaFranc also had some things to say. This is a quote from her regarding Season 2. "I mean, we put it all out on the table. I think that in order to do a second season, we have to feel like we can top ourselves. We have to feel like there's something more there to really dig into. I mean, I really care about all these characters, even if they're terrible people," end quote. It's also noteworthy that Safran and Gunn confirmed that the Batman architect Matt Reeves has yet to turn in a completed script for Part 2. However, all signs point to the events of the Batman and the Penguin colliding in a major way when Part 2 eventually releases. A potential Penguin Season 2 could see Oz Cobb fully embracing his role as Gotham's crime kingpin, facing new threats from rival gangs, corrupt politicians, and the Riddler's remaining followers, who view him as a symbol of the city's deep-seated corruption. With Batman's presence uncertain after Part 2, Oz might have to navigate an increasingly dangerous Gotham on his own, possibly forming uneasy alliances or fending off new power players like Scarecrow or Hush. That would be awesome. Season 2 could even explore the psychological toll of his rise to power, questioning whether he becomes an untouchable criminal mastermind or if his empire begins to crumble under the weight of his own ambition. And that is the gist of the news there, ladies and gents. What do you think about that overall? To me, not so much doom and gloom. It just seems like they're trying to figure out the pieces, as is said in the article here. Obviously, The Penguin did just release. For them to put something else in production, it does make sense if you're trying to strike while the iron's hot, but also Matt Reeves and LaFranc are working together to make sure everything does align between the Batman and the Penguin. And when I say the Batman, I mean the film and then the Penguin series. So everything's being intricately put together, and it has to be nuanced. So I can understand why they're taking time with the news as far as saying, yeah, there's going to be a Penguin too. Everything needs to align with Matt Reeves' Batman, which we're still waiting for the full script of. So we'll just have to see what the future has in store for this. I do think we could see a Penguin Season 2. I don't think it's going to be for a while, though. Obviously, you have to get the Batman Part 2 rolling in production and then get that film out, and then I think you'll start seeing some other things in play there. We will have to keep our eyes on that. If I do get any news regarding any of these series or Batman details, I will definitely be relaying the message as soon as it hits my desk. But yes, ladies and gents, comment down below what you think about this. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications. Also, share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues and let them know to subscribe and ring the bell as well for notifications. With that being said, it's Neff signing off. Be safe.